the downtrodden hate like rich people. They hate people with money. But it's like, wait a minute. Why can't you go out and get money? And I'm telling like the black community, it's like, look, a lot of the reasons why you can't get freaking money or you can't, get a good living is because look at the policies. Look at the policies in your neighborhood. It's like you don't have school choice. Why not? Well, because you don't have school choice because the policymakers, which are Democrats, they don't want you going to school, with affluent people. But yet, if you go to school with affluent people, you will have a better education.
Right.
It's just like, to me, it just seems so simple. And maybe, look, I'm pretty sure that people that hear this show, they're like, man, this guy's a fucking Uncle Tom. He's a piece of shit. Fuck this guy. No, listen, I grew up poor. I grew up poor as shit in Michigan. But I guess, I don't know, I just refuse to, be poor because I grew up poor. I grew up in a single-family household with no dad. I didn't like it. It sucked ass. And so when I left my house, I got a job, and, I'm still married to my wife for 20 years, and I'm a father in the household.
Right on.
But it's like the family values in the black community, I'm sorry to say it, but they do not exist. And that's what needs to be changed. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that needs to be changed first. And then, school choice, the teacher unions need to be freaking brought to task because they don't care. They're just there for a paycheck. They don't give two shits if anyone freaking graduates. They're not there to educate anybody. They're just there for the paycheck. They're there for their pension. Once you have a good family structure and once a family cares about, the education of their kids, they need to start bringing it to the teachers union. Be a part of like your PTA or whatever, because that's where it starts. Stop letting these hoodlums, freaking run around in the goddamn school system, beating people up, being a bunch of bullies, being a bunch of gangsters, all this bullshit. Stop that fucking garbage. Take control of your school systems. That's the best thing you could do to really start, with Black Lives Matter. Change the fucking school systems. Change the education. Change the freaking, everything in the family structure. Change the household. Dad needs to be home. Dad needs to be with mom. Dad needs to spend time with his sons and his daughters. That's what starts everything. Stop that culture because if they don't, they're going to go find that. They're going to go find it in gangs, and that's a problem. And the cycle will repeat infinitum forever.
Wow. I want to switch gears real quick because you talked about China being too big to fight and Russia having these crazy ass new weapons coming out. So I just wanted to switch gears real quick and read something, and we can go back to that.
All right. Well, I got like 10 minutes.
Man. All right, so this will be quick. All right, this is out of that book, Illuminatium. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where are we at here? Okay. In the invention of emails is no coincidence, nor is the new popularity of text messaging and social media. The widespread use is the result of complex operation authorized by the Illuminati to aid in surveillance of the citizens we govern. In a private society that lacks technology, communications between potentially dangerous subjects are difficult to monitor. If a pen writes on a piece of paper and the resulting letter is not physically intercepted, a full transmission of information is completed without any indication of its contents. Plans between anarchists and genocidal murderers cannot be prevented if our associates are not alerted to their creation, leaving citizens open to harm from those who seek depopulation of the planet for their own gain. In modern times, the leader of a large country strayed from our directives, succumbing to his addiction to power. By siphoning away the resources that were intended for his people, he was able to stockpile a vast network of wealth. This money was used to finance the construction of biological weapons and the development of a plan to overtake a highly populated country whose power has made it impenetrable for centuries. To overtake such an establishment, world power, he schemed a genocide. He planned to propel a rocket into the outer atmosphere of this planet, which we talked about Russia can do, allow it to fall over the targeted country. Once entering the airspace, it might be detected, but the rocket would assimilate itself and release a net of large balloons to expand over the radius of the miles. The balloons would contain a viral poison. When shot down by the defensive agencies of the target, the chemicals are rained upon the people who live below. The disease was developed to lose its potency within weeks but had no cure. It would spread quickly between hosts, with its naval ships hovering on the coast to prevent anyone from escaping. Every resident of the country would succumb to the effects of the disease and die. Within days, the entire population would be exterminated, leaving a land of bodies to decompose in the sun, and later only dust for his armies to trample upon. But like all plans by misguided sociopaths, his held a fatally overlooked flaw. While devising this strategy, he communicated via an email system created specifically for messages of high security, forgetting that all electronic messages are actively monitored by our departments. While the conversations he had with his generals in private went unnoticed, his electronic communications could be intercepted due to the fact that they were typed into the computer. While monitoring private messages may seem evasive, it is for the safety of all humans, because of the systems we have established, this plan for destruction never reached fruition, and justice was served for his insubordination. I had to read that to you real quick, because a lot of things you said led up to that. And I'm like, oh, I know. Okay. So I had to throw that in there real quick. What do you think? Fact, fiction, bullshit, what?
Well, look, I don't really read the Illuminati text. I don't know. I mean, look, I know that they exist. Do I believe in everything that they espouse? Not necessarily, but a lot of what you just read is truth. I mean, look, I'm not part of the Illuminati or like any organization or anything like that, because look, every organization, they have their flaws. They can be extremists. I mean, Scientologists are, they're kind of nuts. I mean, look, Christians are kind of nuts. Catholics are nuts. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, they're absolutely right. But I will say this, with what you just read. I mean, look, it's true. I mean, the internet and social media has been weaponized, and it's been weaponized not just beyond just mass hysteria or anything like that, but it's definitely being used to control the minds of a population. And it's easy because they can do it through ads. They can do it through just mere suggestions. I mean, I don't know how many damn times I talked to my wife about, oh man, what sounds good is like a burger, and then she gets something on her Facebook. It's like, oh, here's a free coupon for the burger. I mean, look,
wow.
And I'm one of these people too. It's like I put tape on my freaking on my webcam on my computer. I don't have my phone camera open, because the NSA has admitted that they watch you. So is it the Illuminati? I don't know. I'm trying to parse my words, because I don't know if the Illuminati is real or not. I don't know. Do I personally think they're real? Possibly. Okay. If it's not the Illuminati, I mean, there is something that is definitely... They're definitely, just, I don't know, pulling the strings. Something is. I don't know if it's the... I don't know what it is.
I had this little theory. You ever been in a fight in high school?
What?
Have you ever been in a fight in high school?
No.
Never got in a fight in high school?
What the hell is that?
In high school. A fight in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. To me, it always seemed to be that there was one other guy who actually started the fight between two people.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. That's how I'm looking at things.
Yeah, that asshole that started talking shit, and you're like, oh, yeah, well, I'm gonna meet Jesse, the fucking,
right. The guy gets you all hyped up.
Yeah.
And then he goes and does the same thing to the guy that you're going to get into a fight with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
just because he gets off on wanting to watch the fight.
Right. That's a power thing right there. That's a thing that you created as the person who created that situation. You have to look at it through their eyes. That's something that they created. That's their masterpiece. That's their work of art right there. That they had that much control to where they can cause two human beings to hurt each other. So you have to wonder, is that what it's like right now? Is that the situation?
You know what? Honestly, I don't wonder about that. I mean, it clearly is. Just the way that I see it going down, because you can see the shit that's going on. I mean, it happened during the COVID. It was just so freaking ridiculous. And then now you're seeing it with the freaking race riots that are going on. Something is definitely pulling the strings.
Right.
What is pulling the strings? That's what I don't know. That's what fascinates me. And I'm not going to sit here and subscribe to one thing or the other.
Right.
But something is definitely pulling the strings, but I don't know what it is. I would love to know, but I doubt that I would ever figure it out.
I know you got like 5 minutes left. Can you talk about the what we talked about earlier about COVID-19? What your ideas are behind it?
Well, I mean, look,
because you said it was bullshit, and I think it's bullshit. So,
well, here's the thing, and I'll quantify it. So, okay, so I work in the medical industry. I deliver hospital supplies. I take hospital supplies that have been used back to my office. I've been doing it for a long time. And during the whole COVID thing, I've been in contact with people that change the linen for people with COVID, people that actually pick up like the sharps, like the biological stuff from surgeries. It's like,
right.
And I just find it weird how none of us have caught it. And seriously, I should have been one of the first people in my house to catch this disease, and I never have. And so, it's like there was a German paper that came out, I believe it was last week, and it's just, yeah, I mean, the COVID-19 is real, but it's just like a regular COVID virus. I mean, COVID-19 is just the designation, but there's 500 COVID viruses, just like rhinoviruses, COVID, rhino. I mean, those are the two common viruses that cause the flu and, pneumonia, and that's pretty much it. I don't think that it's fake, but I think that the contagiousness of it is fake. And I think the death rate is definitely very real, but the death rate is real with any other freaking flu like rhinovirus or any COVID virus. I mean, it's just, in America, it's like 65% of all the death rates are from, the old folks home,
Right.
And so a lot of old people die from the flu. A lot of old people die from pneumonia. A lot of old people die from the rhinovirus. And I think, well, I don't think, but it's been said, it's like they've admitted it. It's like, if anyone dies from any underlying conditions like, like heart disease or hypertension or whatever, like when you go into like an assisted like living situation, on average you have 5 months to get the money from the government. They would literally say like, well, we haven't tested them, but we think they may have had some symptoms. So it's like they have been overblowing all this shit. And I've heard this from people I know in the field that are good friends, that are nurses, doctors. They admit it. And so it's like this whole thing has been politicized. It's been used to, just bring fear into everybody. Because honestly, the fact that I do not have this shit is a testament. Because right. I'm around it all day, every fucking day for the last 3 months. It's all bullshit. I mean, yeah, coronavirus, it exists. Corona-19, yeah, it exists. Or COVID-19, it exists. But you have to understand, there are so many different COVID viruses that exist. I mean, we're surrounded by it all the time. You're not going to get it unless you have a compromised immune system. And that goes with every freaking COVID virus. It's a proven fact. I mean, it's just, the whole thing is stupid.
Right. And you tell me, we talked earlier, you said that people in California aren't wearing masks anymore. They're like, fuck this shit. This is bullshit. I'm not dealing with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much 50-50, but I mean, look, I look at it this way, I would say like 3 weeks ago, if I were to walk out of my house without a mask on, oh my God, the cops would show up. But now it's like people are allowed to protest and burn